So the offset path tool, this one's really fun because it's super easy to learn. So we're going to create these interesting set of objects. So I wanted to talk about something that's brand new to Adobe Illustrator 2020. And you're probably like, yes, it's something exciting. It is for me, but maybe not for you, but I think it's awesome. So you see kind of how there's almost like a spell check here. So it looks like maybe even this word is spelt wrong, but I think it's spelt right, but it's just on a separate line. There is now spell check in Adobe Illustrator. As someone who's horrible at spelling, this is a gift. I'm so glad that they finally integrated spell check in Adobe Illustrator. If it's bothering you or you want to turn it off and on, just go up to Edit, go down to Spelling, and go ahead and click it off. So if you like it, go to Edit Spelling. If you hate it or if it's bothering you, go ahead and toggle off auto spell check, and all those little red underlined lines will disappear. So that's something brand new to Adobe Illustrator 2020 that I'm super duper excited about. It doesn't seem very exciting, but for someone who spells things wrong on flyers and posters all the time, it is a lifesaver. So the offset path tool. So we're going to be able to get this by going to Object, Path, Offset Path. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to draw a simple circle. All right, so let's draw the first circle. Just going to trace over the first circle, and let's make this kind of our color. So here's what we're going to do. An offset path is going to take our path, so you see kind of our path, which is right here, all the way around, and it's going to offset it a certain point. So we're going to be able to offset it, and it's going to expand. And you could also subtract as well. So let's do the first one as an example so you can kind of see it in action. So let's go to Object, Path, and you're going to offset path. I'm going to click on Preview. It's going to offset the path. Let's change this to be a little bigger. Maybe 0.22, maybe point. So I'm just trying to match what we have before. Okay, so 0.24 for me. I'm in inches, so you might be in centimeters, so you might need to kind of do your own sizing. I'm going to click on OK. So what it's going to do is it expanded it out that size. So now I can make this a little different color. Let's make it a little bit lighter. Make it a little bit lighter. You can kind of see how I can create some pretty cool stuff this way. So now I'm going to select the bigger circle and do it again. Path, offset path, click on preview. It's going to save what we had before. Let's make it a little bit lighter this time. And we could just keep going. Let's do it one more time. So path, offset path. We did it one last time. And you could create some really neat patterns that way. So let's say we don't like our color. So let's say we did blue. Let's copy and paste it. Just putting it right over here. There's kind of a neat trick. We haven't talked about color a whole lot yet, but we're going to be slowly introducing that. So you can change the color on multiple objects. It's kind of a little hack, I guess you could say. So let's say I don't want to have to select each one and go to the eyedropper tool and change it all to red, let's say. So I'm going to select all the objects. We're going to go to Edit, Edit Color, and go to Adjust Color Balance. And what this is going to do is we're going to be able to adjust the color balance on all of them at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Preview, and let's kind of change the color here. It's kind of toggling between these different color options. There's kind of orange. Just trying to find the right combination. There's a red. Click OK, and voila. Instead of having to go one circle at a time, I could change them all. Just a little fun thing I wanted to show you is Edit, Color, and Adjust Color Balance. It's kind of a neat way to kind of change color very quickly. So let's build a little rainbow. And since we know the Shape Builder tool, it's going to be very easy. So I'm going to copy and paste what we already have before. And I'm going to work right over here in this blank space. I don't have a whole lot of space to work with. And I'm going to just do a rectangle tool about at the halfway point. And what I want to do is I want to select all of these objects. So an easy way to cut all that on the bottom off is getting the Shape Builder tool and just holding down Option and getting my subtraction and clicking and just slowly deleting all of these, just like that. I can even delete the middle if I want to. I kind of have this instant rainbow. I can go in my color panel. So let's go to color. We go to swatches and easily select some colors. So we can select it that way, or we can go to our color panel and be able to select some color. I'm going to click on show options so I can get more minute details over colors. So we could start with red and kind of work our way to yellow, to green, to blue. It doesn't have to be exact. So just kind of doing a little bit of color picking there. Using our color picker, there's a little rainbow, kind of like the one I did just now, a little better. And make that a little bit smaller. So now we're going to do one more thing with the offset path tool in terms of shapes. So what we want to do is we want to create this target. So let's get the blue one. Let's copy and paste it. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. So here's what we're going to do. So we have all of these items selected. I'm going to get the shape builder tool and I'm going to be punching every other one out. So I'm going to be holding down options. I have a little subtraction tool and I'm just going to do this one and then I'm going to do that one. And just like that, I have a little target made. I'm going to right click, group that together so I don't have to worry about selecting all those elements again. And I'm just going to match it up with what we have. So let's make sure these are all aligned. So I'm going to ungroup them again, select them all. I need to make sure I do that step. Go up to my align panel and just like we did before, I'm going to do all the center aligns. So now I know they're all center aligned. Just like that, we have our target sign. So we did a target, a rainbow, kind of an interesting selection here. I wanted to go over one more thing here. Let's go ahead and just do a simple circle or just copy and paste this. Copy and paste this bigger one. I just want to kind of demonstrate how you can actually do an offset path, but do it negatively. So I can go to Object, Path, Offset Path. If I were to put a subtraction sign in front of offset, instead of going outward on the path, it'll go inward on the path. So I'm going to do a negative sign. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to preview it and notice how it kind of shrunk it down. So I can do the opposite and go to Object, Path, Offset Path, keep it as a negative sign, and I can just keep going. Just like that. So I wanted to let you know you can put a negative sign there if you want to expand the stroke inward instead of outward. So typography. We haven't talked about typography yet, but we will definitely get there in way more detail. But I wanted to go with talk about offset path with type because you could do some really neat details using the offset path tool. We're going to do that next.